All right. Oh my god, those uniforms are hideous. Oh my god.
Wait, are you gonna do bad uniforms?
Yeah, I'm gonna do
Do you
hideous.
throwbacks?
I'm gonna do hideous uniforms for both teams.
Oh lord.
If I can find like a hideous Mets uniform.
They all are.
They all are hideous? Oh geez, those are disgusting. Oh, give him some yellow pinstripe pants.
Wait, do the neon orange ones. Are you doing those?
The neon orange jersey. They don't
They're
have
like
it, I don't think.
2000.
Do they have it?
What?
No, it's all... Yeah, it's all blue. That sucks. These are still pretty hideous, though, I will say. Alright. Let me get the link. Hold up. Bro, look at these Yankees uniforms and don't tell me these aren't the most ugly thing you've ever seen.
Oh god. Wait.
Alright, I'm gonna send this in important. Alrighty. Here we go. We're going to Old Yankee Stadium for this game, folks. Fast play. MLB Network, quick counts on, 9 innings. We'll be in May. And it'll be overcast. Alrighty,
Mets
folks.
uniforms don't look that bad.
And it's gonna be, the pitching matchup is going to be...
The Yankees are awful.
Yeah, the Yankees are hideous.
The Yankees are atrocious.
Luis Severino versus Noah Syndergaard. Syndergaard isn't on the roster! I love AIDS! Alright.
Is he injured?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to load a different roster. How am I gonna work this out? Oh, I can just load the roster. Okay. Yeah, that's AIDS. I don't know why it's like that. Alright. MLB The Show 20 roster. We'll use KTL spec. Alright. Play now. Current rosters. Alright.
You have to use uniforms again.
Yeah, I know. They're so hideous too. Alright, Old Yankee
They're like white with
Stadium.
almost black pants would look worse. They don't have a black uniform though.
Alright, Syndergaard versus Severino.
Severino on the roster?
He should be. No, what do you mean, no?
Is he not there?
Alright, I can fix this. This is so horrible. Oh my god.
Why is he not there? He's not injured.
I don't know. Here, it's easy enough. This is so ass. Alright, manage
What?
roster. Oh, there's Severino. Nice aids. Okay. Now we should be ready. I don't know.
That's so stupid.
Nice OB's roster. I'm not blaming him though. Sorry for the delay, folks.
We get to the teams, there's like no like Stanton Judge.
I will kill myself. Alright, I don't care about the uniforms anymore. Let's play the game.
No.
We're already there, buddy.
Oh. Yeah, the stream's delayed.
The stream's a little delayed.
Just a bit.
Alright. Syndergaard, Severino, let's fucking go. Alright. Alright, these lineups look... oh no!
That's a great...
What the fuck is... This is so AIDS, bro!
Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen.
I knew that was... This is so ass, hold up. This is the worst stream ever! Oh my god. And there's people watching!
Go through the whole triple
The real Jadavi. People are watching the disaster that is this stream. I feel so bad. Alright. We're gonna fix this, guys. I should have seen that. I don't know why I didn't see that.
Judge.
Everybody was just injured. I love it. Alright, let's make sure the Mets aren't
Go through the whole AAA.
I'm going. I'm checking. Oh, Cespedes, okay. Alright, guys. We'll be right back. We'll be right with you.
That's why Dominic Smith was in left field. I was so confused. I was about to say, just hits left field.
We'll be right back, guys. Female, give us the W. What the fuck does that even mean? Okay. Okay, guys. We're back. We're back and ready for some business. Oh, those are hideous. Let's go. Okay, I think we're ready to play some baseball.
Let's play a baseball game.
Ooh, those are good. Yankee Stadium for the third time today. Alright. Syndergaard, Severino, let's play!
With the full lineups.
With the actual teams.
There are no longer any AAA retards. Why is he Cespedes in center field?
Nemo will be in center.
0 sense. Where's Nemo?
There's Nemo. Alright, Stanton and Judge are good to go. Alright. Okay, guys, we're ready to play some baseball. Alright. The lineups are Jeff McNeil, Ahmed Rosario, Pete Alonso, Robinson Cano, Michael Conforto, Jed Lowry, J.D. Davis, Wilson Ramos, Brandon Nimmo, Gio Shella, Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton, Miguel Andujar, Luke Voigt, catcher Gary Sanchez, and center fielder Brett Gardner. We have a lot of people actually watching the stream, so hopefully I don't run out of breath by the end of it. But we are in Old Yankee Stadium in New York City, the house that Babe built for this game, the New York Mets versus the New York Baseball Yankees. And pitching is Luis Severino for the Yankees in their atrocious uniforms. I'm not going to be playing as either team, obviously. And Luis Severino gets the Game 2 underway as that's a strike to Jeff McNeil. It's a 1-2 count now. Jeff McNeil, also known as Tony Gwynn, also known as Mr. May, also known as Mr. Fuck Your Mom. It's a 1-2 count to Jeff McNeil. Luis, what?
What was his player's nickname?
Something like that. The Flying Squirrel. Oh, and Jeff McNeil. That's hard hit to left field, and that'll get down. He's gonna get at least a double. I don't think the runner's gonna advance to third. And Jeff McNeil is in there with a lead-off double to start off this ball game, folks. And in steps Ahmed Rosario, the terrorist, the man in charge, the two-hole. Ahmed Rosario, hard hit, shallow left field, and Stanton handles it. No advance by the runner at second base, and it's looking pretty good now for Luis Severino. He just needs a few more solid at-bats to get out of this jam. Yes, he is a wife beater. Yes, he is. Here's Polar Bear. Pete Alonso in with one out and one on in the first. A lot of ones all around the board. It's a 2-1 count. Luis Severino, riddled with injuries, but he's healthy for this game here today as that misses up high. 3-1 count now to Pete Alonso with Robbie Cano waiting on deck. Peter Alonso is known as Polar Bear because he goes to Alaska and he murders bears. That's a little known fact about Peter Alonso. As he walks there. And here comes Robbie Cano. Open stance by Robbie Cano. It's 1-1 count to Cano with a man on first and second and one away here. Here's the pitch. It's inside for a ball. It's a 2-1 count to Robbie Cano. In the top of the first with Luis Severino in his atrocious jerseys pitching here. Robbie Cano signed with the Mets out of free agency a year ago, last year. And he didn't really perform the way they were intending. In fact, he didn't perform at all. As it's a 3-1 count to Robbie Cano here, and that's fouled away. It'll be a full count to Robbie Cano with runners on first and second base. Robbie Cano, known by most for his time here with the New York Yankees, and he's played in this stadium, Old Yankee Stadium, as he strikes out looking right there. It's 2 away as Mike Conforto stands in. Yeah, Robbie Cano, big career here in Yankee Stadium, and a new Yankee Stadium too. Did a lot of time there. So, in steps Mikey Conforto as he takes the ball low. It's a 2-1 count from Luis Severino to Mikey Conforto. With 2 men on here in the top of the first. It's a 2-1 count. Mets coming to take the subway here to Old Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. This episode is sponsored by Trojan Condoms. That's what it's sponsored by, Trojan Condoms. Go get to your local grocery store and get some Trojan condoms and make her very happy this Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day is only 10 months away, folks. It's never too early to start preparing to be depressed. So it's a 3-2 count to Mikey Conforto with 2 men on in the top of the first and 2 away. Here's the pitch, and it's hard hit in the air to left field. And Stanton's chasing back. Can he handle it? He will handle it. And we will go to the bottom half of the inning. Luis Severino allows 2 base runners, but overall clean. As Urshela, Torres, and DJ LeMahieu will come up to bat for the New York Baseball Yankees. And here is Gio Urshela. He batted .214 average last year with 14 home runs. Really put stuff together there for the Yankees. The former Cleveland Indian. As there's a 1-2 count now from Noah Syndergaard to Gio Urshela. It's 2-2 count now. Ben Eldridge just left the party. I don't know what he's doing with himself, but that's swung on and missed, and Syndergaard gets the first out of the inning. And in steps Gleyber Torres. He had an on-base percentage of .337 last year. A very solid guy. Was acquired about in 2016 from the Chicago Cubs in the deal that sent Aroldis Chapman to the Windy City, and eventually the Cubs, as we now know, did win the World Series. A 3-1 count to Gleyber Torres as he swings on and missed. That was really breaking downwards, and it's a 3-2 count now to Gleyber Torres. 1 out here in the bottom of the first. Pitch from Noah Syndergaard, and that's hard hit, and that's going to get down for a single as Gleyber Torres will not round for second, and he's in there with a 1 base hit. A little bit of a miscue getting that in, but it won't matter. No advance. And in steps the 3-hole hitter, DJ LeMahieu. A lot of people, when LeMahieu came from Colorado last season, we were wondering if the hitting would translate, and as far as we have seen, it has. Not on that pitch, though, as that's popped right up to the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso, for the second out of the inning. And in steps the former American League Rookie of the Year, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, you know, big strikeout guy, big home run hitter. When he's healthy, he's on. And that is hard hit, but speared out there by Robbie Cano. And that'll do it here for the first. 1 hit per each side, but nothing doing. Lowry, J.D. Davis, and Wilson Ramos will come out to bat for the New York Baseball Mets. They're hoping to get it going here. And here is Jed Lowry. Jed Lowry was recently caught in a domestic abuse incident where he shot and killed both of his...
You do not need to know all this.
1-2 count to Jed Lowry. And here's Luis Severino with the deal. That is hard hit, popped up to center field. Gardner chases back, and Gardner does handle the ball for the first out of the second inning. And that out was sponsored by Vaseline. When your dick is just too dry to beat it alone. Vaseline, folks. 3-1 count to J.D. Davis. What?
That is not what Vaseline is used for.
Depends who you ask, Ty. Depends who you ask. 3-2 count to J.D. Davis from Luis Severino, as that is on the ground. Handled, wait, missed, bobbled, and Voit takes it for the out. So a bit of a stumble, bit of a recovery, and I'll bring in Wilson Ramos. Here's Wilson Ramos, the 1-1 count. Wilson Ramos recently voiced his support for the Rwandan genocide. It really caught a lot of people off guard, but you know, just a man speaking his mind. What?
What is all this?
I can't. You're so buggy. I can barely hear you.
What is all this fake news?
This is just facts, bro. Here comes Giancarlo, also known as Mike Stanton here, and a 1-2 count from Noah Syndergaard. Here's the pitch home, and he takes ball 2 low and in. It's a 2-2 count now to Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton made his way here from Miami a few years back, and he's still looking for that big World Series win. Stanton has no World Series W-wubbies, and that's a big issue for him. And he talked about it. He would rather murder his wife and kids than not win a World Series. That was in an interview we held earlier yesterday with Giancarlo Stanton after losing to the New York Mets in Game 1, Jacob deGrom. And here's a 2-2 count pitch, and he takes that low, and Luke Floyd awaits on deck.
We cannot repeat that interview.
What?
For legal reasons, we cannot repeat that interview.
Here's a 3-2 count on the ground, easily handled there by the shortstop of Med Rosario, the terrorist, and that is the second out of the inning. And in steps Luke Voigt. He's the first baseman here for the New York Baseball Yankees. Made his way here by via Iceland. He actually played baseball in Iceland for a good 3 seasons, and now he's here with the New York Baseball Yankees. He in his days in Iceland, he was known for his fishing skills, his salmon cutting skills, and his deer hunting skills. As you know, little do you know, that is how they speak in Iceland. They have quite the southern drawl. As immigrants from former president of the Confederacy, Jefferson Davis, sent people to Iceland after they lost the Civil War as a sort of, you know, last-ditch Taiwanese-esque effort. As here comes Gary Sanchez in a 1-2 count from Noah Syndergaard. 1 man on here, 2 away in the bottom of the second, a 0-0 ball game. Here's the pitch to Gary Sanchez. He takes it low. It's a 2-2 count now. 99 miles an hour on that little sinker there. Really dirty pitch by Noah Syndergaard. And here is the 2-2 delivery from Mr. Thor, Noah Syndergaard, as it's low and in, taken for a ball. It's a 3-2 count now with Gardy Yardy waiting on deck. He went home run in Game 1. And it's a 3-2 count with 2 outs and 1 man on in the bottom of the second. And here's the pitch. And he swings on and misses it. We'll go to the 3rd inning. Very interesting times here in New York City. And here comes Brandon Nimmo. He had 8 home runs last year, 29 RBIs. Didn't bat too well, about 220. Here's the 1-1 pitch from Luis Severino to Brandon Nimmo. That's hard hit, and no doubt about it. Brandon Nimmo homers in both games, and he homers in this one. What a swing.
Good thing you started him.
Yeah, for sure. So it's 1-0 Mets. As in comes McNeil. As that's hard hit now. And the center fielder chases back. Way back. Can he get there? He will get there for the first out of the inning. And we have 1 away here in the top of the first, or the top of the 3rd rather, as here comes Med Rosario. And it's a 1-0 Mets ball game. Med Rosario, aka the terrorist, is standing in here, and that is taken outside. It's a 2-2 count now to Med Rosario. Really give consideration to shaving the beard, but he decided to, you know, scare children everywhere he goes. That's fouled away and won't be handled by anyone because that is a foul ball. I don't know why Luis Severino was reacting like a bitch. Luis Severino recently divorced. His wife left him after saying he couldn't please her sexually. As that's the second out of the inning. Scored 5-3, folks. As here comes the polar bear, Pete Alonso. He had 53 home runs and 120 RBIs on the season last year. As here's the 2-1 pitch to Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso, known as Polar Bear because yada yada yada, he skins bears in their sleep. And, you know, honestly, it's an act of terrorism, and that is Caught! No! No! Not caught! Polar bear goes yard! Polar bear goes yard! Hide your bears! Hide your kids! Hide your wives! That's gone! And it's a 1-1 count to Robbie Cano now. Luis Severino really getting shaken up here in the series early. The Mets have really been in control of this series from the get-go, folks. As it's a 1-2 count here in the top of the third inning. As that's on the ground, Robbie Cano handled by the third baseman. Thrown on to first, and that'll end the inning. The Mets get another run out of it on 2 home run swings by Brandon Nimmo and Peter Alonso. And we'll go to the bottom of the third. Gardner, Urshela, Torres coming up to bat for you. And here is Mr. Baldy Brett Gardner with the 1-1 count from Noah Syndergaard. Noah Syndergaard, you know, also known as Thor because, well, he packs quite the punch. Recently involved in a domestic violence incident with his wife. If he has one. And it's a 1-2 count now to Gardy.
This is sponsored by World Star.
This is sponsored by World Star. It's a 2-2 count now to Gardy with no outs here in the bottom of the third. And here's the pitch home. That is fouled away down the first base line. And we'll do it up again. It's a 2-2 count now here in the bottom of the third with no away and a 2-0 Mets ball game. Pitch inside and low. It's a 3-2 count now with Gio Urshela waiting on deck. Wilson Ramos calls a sign, Syndergaard deals, and that is also fouled away. A lot of foul balls here. I should probably adjust the sliders or something. This is getting fucking ridiculous. It's a 3-1 count. Now here's the pitch. That's hard hit. Back at the wall. And Gardy goes Yardy! Gardy goes Yardy! Again! His second home run of the series. Him and Brandon Nimmo have really been dominating the series with the long ball, boys. And you know what they say. Chicks dig the long ball. That's a 99-mile-an-hour fastball up and in. It's a 2-1 count now. And let's see what they do up here. It's a 2-1 count. That is check swing, but it was in the zone, so what the fuck are you going to do about it? No outs here in the bottom of the third. Noah Syndergaard gets his sign, and he deals, and he strikes him out for the first out of the inning. And in steps Gleyber Torres, the shortstop for the New York baseball Yankees. A 1-2 count to Gleyber Torres, the former top prospect in baseball. I'm just going to keep saying that every time he comes up because I really don't have anything else to say about this guy. He had a very nice season last year, and he's looking the Yankees to be their shortstop of the future after giving up on Sir Didi Gregorius. And it's a 2-2 count now as that's low to Gleyber Torres and one away here in the bottom of the third. Looking to fill the shoes of Derek Jeter, who is, you know, all in all, quite overrated.
Oh.
Here's the 2-2 count now to Gleyber Torres as Noah Syndergaard gets the call from Wilson Ramos, and he deals, and he is just high there. It's going to be a 3-2 count now to Torres. DJ LeMahieu, the 3-hole hitter, waiting on deck. And here's the pitch with one away. As that misses low, it'll be a walk, and Gleyber Torres is aboard. Here comes DJ LeMahieu, had 102 RBIs last year, and he's looking to make a difference in this series here as the Yankees need a win if they want to be able to win this series. It's a best of 3, and here's the pitch, and he swung on and missed, and throw down, and he nails him at second base. So Gleyber Torres is caught stealing, and DJ LeMahieu now a 2-2 count. Everything going bad for the Yankees that could imaginably go bad as he takes the ball low. It's a 3-2 count with Aaron Judge waiting on deck. And here's the set and the pitch from Noah Syndergaard as that's popped up in the air. Right fielder ranges under it, and he handles it. Mikey Conforto right there is at the end of 3. It is a 2-1 New York Mets ball game. Conforto, Lowry, Davis coming up to bat for the away New York Metropolitans. Oh, they want me to unmute them because they're done. No, they're still playing Rocket League. Oh no, they're not. All right, I unmuted you guys. Alright, here we go. Mikey Conforto standing in a 1-1 count now. Here's the pitch from Luis Severino as that's a strike inside. It's a 1-2 count. That was 100 miles an hour by Luis Severino. Here in the top of the first with no way. Here's the pitch to Mikey Conforto. That's a ball low. Now a 2-2 count here from Luis Severino and a 2-1 Mets ball game. Severino, up and in pitch, gets him swinging. Mikey Conforto is set down, and in comes Jed Lowry, the designated hitter for the New York Mets here on the road in the American League ballpark. It's a 2-1 count to Jed Lowry here in the top of the fourth. One away, and that's hard hit in the air as Gardy ranges back and handles it, folks, for the second out of the inning. And it's two-way here in the top of the first. We're here to remind you about our daily sponsor, Vaseline, for when your dick's just too dry to beat it alone. And it's a 1-1 count now to J.D. Davis. And with two-way here in the top of the fourth, Mets batter J.D. Davis heads in, just dingers, but he didn't hit a dinger on that one. He swung on a slider way out of the zone, folks. Not going to hit a lot of home runs that way, as that's a ball up and in. It's a 2-2 count to J.D. Davis, 99 miles an hour, not quite 100, not quite as impressive as Aroldis Chapman, the token 100-mile-an-hour thrower on the New York Yankees, as they refer to him as. And here's the 2-2 count to J.D. Here's the 2-2 count to J.D. Davis. As that's hard hit into right field on the ground for a base knock, handled by Aaron Judge for a base knock. And here is the 3-2 count now to Wilson Ramos, the catcher for the New York Baseball Mets. Here's the set and the pitch from Luis Severino, as that's taken outside for a ball, and they'll have two runners on. First and second, as here comes Brandon Nimmo. 2 home runs already in this series, folks, and he's looking to make it 3, and he's looking to really stretch out this series for the Mets, as he takes the ball outside. It's a 2-1 count now for the Mets center fielder has been a real difference maker here. Yoenis Cespedes got bench for him, and Brandon Nimmo has not looked back. Here's the 2-1 pitch from Luis Severino as he takes a strike high, or takes a strike in the zone high, rather. It's a 2-2 count now with 2 men on, 2 outs here in the top of the 4 and a 2-1 ball game. Here's the pitch home, and that's on the ground. Not handled by the third baseman, and that is going to load him up as the bases are now juiced as a single gets in the left field, rather. And in comes Mr. Tony Gwynn, Mr. Padre, Mr. Met himself, Jeff McNeil. It's a 1-1 count to Jeff McNeil as he hard hits a ball into right field, and that's going to get down. 1 run scores, 2 run scores. Will they send the runner? They're going to send the runner, and he is going to be safe at home. It's a 5-1 Mets ball game here in Yankee Stadium in the top of the 4th. As J-Hap is going to kick in the pen, Luis Severino really getting pushed around. In steps Ahmed Rosario, the terrorist himself out of Osama University. Here's a 2-2 count as that's popped up in the air. Luke Voit ranges back, and he doesn't handle it! Luke Voit doesn't handle it! That's going to get down, and there's going to be runners at the corners for Peter Alonso, the polar bear skinner, as he's known as more commonly in the animal poaching community. It's a 1-1 count to Pete Alonso as that's a ball outside. It's a 2-1 count now to Peter Alonso. That's a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. The fastball's really lost a lot of velocity this inning as he's lost confidence, as his wife has been cheating on him as of late. Luis Severino, a lot of personal issues going in this game as that's hard hit on the ground, and that's handled by Gleyber Torres. He's going to throw on to first, and he's going to get him for the out. Throws a little low, handled by Luke Voit. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. 5-1 Mets here as we remind you to go out and buy your Vaseline, folks. That's the last call of the day. We're going to do some different sponsors. Here comes Big Aaron Judge. He's a right fielder, standing about 6'7". Where's number 99? Because that's the amount of times his parents left him. Yes, he is a foster kid. Here's a 1-1 count to Aaron Judge. That's a strike high. It's a 1-2 count from Noah Syndergaard. And here's the pitch to Big Aaron Judge. It's a 2-2 count now. It's a 2-2 count to Aaron Judge as that's hard hit into right field, handled by Michael Conforto for the first out of the inning. And that's a 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th, folks, as in steps Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton used to be known as Mike, but apparently he doesn't like it when white people call him by a white name, so he changed to Giancarlo, and it's a 3-2 count to Mr. Mike. Yeah, we don't respect you. 3-1 count to Mike Stanton with 1 away here in the bottom of the 4th. That's a 100-mile-an-hour ball that misses high. They'll have a man on first, and a 1-1 count. And in steps the batter. It's a 1-1 count from Noah Syndergaard. He pitches to his catcher, Wilson Ramos. I hear he catches in many other ways than, catching baseballs. That's a homophobic joke, folks, and I hope someone finds this in my future and totally, chastises me for it. It's a 2-1 count now as that's hard in the air to center fielder Brandon Nimmo, handled for the second out of the inning. And that'll do it for that batter as in steps Luke Voit. He walked in his previous plate appearance, folks. And here in the bottom of the 4th, we remind you to go out and buy your Magnum condoms. Even if you're not big enough, you'll look like it. It gives off the vibe that you are, and women get intimidated. It's a 3-1 count to Luke Voit with Gary Sanchez awaiting on deck with a runner on first. Luke Voit really having a good eye today as he swings and fouls it away, and it's a 3-2 count with a man on first. And 2 away here in the bottom of the 4th and a 5-1 Mets ball game. And here's the pitch from Noah Syndergaard, as that's jams him in his, jams like a sandwich, and Squidward goes fishing in Jellyfish Fields for that one, and that is on the ground and out. 5-3, you can score that ball. We'll go to the 5th inning at a 5-1 New York Mets ball game. Robbie Cano, Michael Conforto, and Jed Lowry coming up to bat for your New York baseball Mets. As in steps J Happ, the former Pittsburgh Pirate, the former Fiend. He pitches a 4-seamer, a 2-seamer, a slider, and a changeup when he feels like it, as Robbie Cano stands in. 1-1 count from J Happ to Robbie Cano. Robbie Cano recently off the needle, or currently on the needle. They don't test him a lot. It's a 1-2 count to Robbie Cano. Keith, are you listening? Here's the pitch from Robbie Cano, and that's hard hit. Chasing back the center fielder Brett Gardner, and he handles it in deep center field about 390 feet. Not 990 feet. That would be ridiculous. As in steps Mikey Conforto, he is 0 for 2 on the day, and here's the pitch, 1-1 home to Mikey Conforto. That's on the ground, handled by the first baseman. Throw on to J Happ, and they both get there to register the second out of the inning. Mikey Conforto was taken care of. In steps the designated hitter, Jay Lowry. For a designated hitter, he sure isn't hitting it damn well enough. And it's a 3-1 count to Jed Lowry. He'll get on base any way he can, as he takes the ball up and in, or up and outside rather. And he's aboard here with 2 outs, and in steps just Dingers Davis. I just burped, I'm sorry folks. It's a 3-2 count now to J.D. Davis, and 2 away here with 1 runner on, as that's fouled away. We'll do it back up again, a 3-2 count. And we're here reminding you to go buy your, what are we going to sponsor this time? I don't know. Jared from Subway. Go buy Jared from Subway. Bail him out of prison. 3-2 count now as the runner... As
That's a great sponsor.
He gets a hit in the center field, and they're going to have runners on first and second. Geez, the New York Yankees pitching can't buy it out here, as we have 2 away, and it's a 2-run count now to Wilson Ramos as he takes the ball. It's a 3-1 count now with Brandon Nimmo waiting on decks. J Happ does not want to load these bases up, folks, here in the top of the 5th with 2 away. And here's the pitch to Brandon Nimmo as he swings and misses. It's a 3-2 count now with runners on first and second here in the top of the 5th with 2 away. J Happ, the former Pittsburgh Pirate, former Toronto Blue Jay, former yada yada yada, pitches, and that is handled out there. Son of Spear on a line by Luke Voigt. Gary Sanchez, Brett Gardner, and Gio Urshela coming up to bat for you in the bottom of the 5th for the New York Baseball Yankees. They're going to need a few runs if they want to stay in this ball game, folks. We're halfway home here in New York City. Stay at home. Don't get the virus. 2-1 count now from Noah Syndergaard. As that swung on and missed. It's a pitch low. It's a 2-2 count now. And here is Gary Sanchez, Mr. Small PCI as they know him in the MLB The Show community. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and he takes a strike looking. He couldn't get the PCI to the location of the ball as it crossed the plane of the plate, and he struck out. It's a 1-2 count now to Brett Gardner with 1 away here in the bottom of the 5th and 5-1 ball game. The New York Mets are leading it as that's hard hit in the left field. This ball is going to kick foul, and it will not be handled there by the left fielder, but it will not be an out. And it's a 1-2 count now with 1 out as that's hard hit on the ground to the second baseman Robbie Cano. Throws it on to first for the second out of the inning. And it's a healthy time to remind you to go buy your Trojan condoms, our second half sponsor of the game. As we've ditched Vaseline in the past.
The first inning sponsor.
Just as I did with the napkin full of Vaseline that I used earlier today. It's a 2-2 count now.
Oh, that is unneeded.
It's a 2-2 count now from Noah Syndergaard to the batter. And he takes the ball low. It's a 3-2 count now with Gleyber Torres waiting on deck. The Yankees are surely going to need some base runners as Noah Syndergaard is looking in control. He swings and he misses. And a strikeout there for Noah Syndergaard. At the end of 5, it's 5-1 Mets. Brandon Nimmo, Jeff McNeil, Ahmed Rosario coming up to bat for the New York Mets in the top of the 6th. And in steps Brandon Nimmo as he's going to start off with a 3-1 count now here from J Happ. J Happ in sort of a long relief duty as he used to be a starting pitcher. Sort of moved to the pen now with the, the Yankees more than stacked depth and all the money they got and all the equipment they buy and, stuff like that. But anyway, here comes Mr. Padre, Tony Gwynn, Jeff McNeil. 1-1 count now with a runner on first and no outs here in the top of the 6th. And here's the pitch from J Happ. It's a 1-1 count and he takes the ball high. It's a 2-1 count now. Jeff McNeil. That was a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. The fastball sort of lost velocity with age for J Happ, but he's still a very solid pitcher as he's hoping to really make a difference here and not fucking suck here in the top of the 6th. 2-2 count now. He's going to give a throw over Luke Voigt, and Brandon Nimmo scurries back to first base in time, and we're going to do it all over again. It's a 2-1 count now with a man on first. 0 outs here in the top of the 6th. The Mets are looking to add on to their lead here, folks. And here's the pitch, and he swings and misses in the strikeout zone. And one away here is in steps the terrace. Ooh, I gotta take a little water there. And that is a 1-1 count now to Med Rosario. Ahmed Rosario, former top prospect in baseball, not really amazing people, and that's hard hit in the left field. Handled there by Giancarlo Stanton for the 2nd out of the inning. As he throws on to Gleyber Torres, runner scurries back to first, and we'll start it up with a 3-2 count to the Polar Bear Killer, Pete Alonso. He has solo home run in the 3rd inning, looking to do it all over again, really extend this lead, and clinch a series W for the New York Baseball Mets. Here's a 3-2 count, as that's hard hit foul down the left field line, and we'll do it all up again, folks. And here's the pitch now from J-Hap, and 3-2 count with 2-way, and that's hard hit, and that is going to be handled there by Greg Gardner to end the inning. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th. Gleyber Torres, DJ LeMahieu, and Aaron Judge. Coming up to bat for you New York Baseball Yankees. Hopefully they can get a few runs for us, folks. As now's a good time to check in with our sponsor, Vaseline. How you doing, Vaseline? Oh, it's all gone? Oh, god damn it. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you sell to teenage boys, mostly. Okay, anyways, 1-2 count now to 1-2 count now to Gleyber Torres. They're going to be fouled away. Noah Syndergaard. Noah Syndergaard, 1-2 count as he's going to check a swing, and it's going to be a 2-2 count now to Gleyber Torres. Noah Syndergaard recently arrested for a domestic violence altercation. Hopefully he can work his way out of it. As you know, so honestly, she was asking for it. I would say she didn't. She kind of saw it coming, and she kind of egged him on. And he's going to work out a walk there. As it'll now be a 3-1 count to DJ LeMahieu with now a runner on first. 0 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Noah Syndergaard, also known as Thor, also known as Mr. October. Wait, that's Reggie Jackson. Here's the pitch of DJ LeMahieu as he hard hits on the ball. Syndergaard's going to throw on a second, and Ahmed Rosario is going to throw on to Peter Alonso for the double play. The Mets pitching, the Mets fielding. It's all coming together here in old Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, the house that Babe built. They're making Babe look like a bitch today. 2-way here in the bottom of the 6th as Aaron Judge is going to get a hit down the 3rd base line. The left fielder's going to scurry. He's going to throw in a second, and he's going to be nailed. As even when they get a base runner, they can't do jack shit with it. We'll go to the top of the 7th. Robbie Cano, Mikey Conforto, and Jed Lowry are coming up to bat. Chad Green and Zach Britton are warming up in the pen, as that's going to be hard hit past the shortstop. Shift didn't work out too well there, folks, as that's down for a single there for the New York Baseball Mets. Mets are fully in control of this game and this series at this juncture in time. Here's a 2-1 count now, as Mikey Conforto takes a ball outside. It's 3-1 count now with Jed Lowry waiting on deck. Runner on first, no way. Here in the top of the 2nd. And here's the pitch home, and that's swung on and fouled away. 5 runs, 9 hits for the New York Baseball Mets as they're well in control of this ballgame. Here's a full count pitch as he takes a strike right down the middle. Strikeout, out, 1 away here in the top of the 7th. Here comes Jed Lowry. Jed Lowry looking to make a difference here today, folks. Runner on first. Here's the pitch. Jed Lowry, hard hit in the left field, and Stanton can't handle it. Runner's going to advance to second, and that'll have runners on first and second base. Holder and Britton warming up in the pen, and in comes Chad Green. He's named Chad because, honestly, his mom fucking hated him, folks.
Oh.
Here's the 2-1 pitch home. J.D. Davis just dingers out full count now with Wilson Ramos waiting on deck here with 1 away in the top of the 7th. And here is the pitch to J.D. Davis from Chad Green, Mr. My Mommy Hates Me, as that's going to get down for a single, folks. Bases will be loaded. Throw will not get it in time. And in comes the catcher, Wilson Ramos. As I said, he catches a lot more things than baseball, folks. It's a 1-1 count to Wilson Ramos here in the top of the 7th as that is swung on, and hard hit, handled. Are they going to go home? They're going to go to second, and that's going to be airmailed. A runner scores. Another runner scores. 7-1. New York Mets.
Holy crap.
As this is getting out of hand, here comes Brandon Nimmo. I need some water. I am dehydrated and out of oxygen. 1-1 count to Nimmo, the series MVP thus far. Here's the pitch. It's a ball inside. Sorry, I had to swallow my spit there because I'm currently totally dehydrated with no water in front of me. It's a 2-1 count out of Brandon Nimmo. He takes the ball low. It's 3-1 count out of Jeff McNeil waiting on deck. Runners on first and second with one away here in the top of the seventh in a 7-1 ball game. New York Mets are well in control of this one. Here's the pitch to Brandon Nimmo as that's a strike. High, and he swung on it. It's a 3-2 count now. One away here. And here is the pitch to Nimmo, the series MVP thus far. And it's home, and that is hard hit and fouled away. Here's Chad Green, Mr. My mommy doesn't love me, so I picked baseball. I'm not very good at it. Here's a 3-2 count now to Brandon Nimmo as that's hard hit on the ground. Man, this guy's mother really fucking hates him. He just grounded into a double play. So, we all have an Odepius complex, and we're going to stretch in the 7th inning. 7-1, New York Mets. Stanton, Andujar, and Voit will be the batters as Paul Sewald will be the pitcher here. He pitches a 4-seaming fastball, a slider, a changeup, and a 2-seaming fastball here as in comes Giancarlo Stanton. He walked in the 4th inning. He's 0 for 1 on the day, and Paul Sewald will pitch here for the New York Baseball Mets. A 2-1 count. Here's the pitch to Stanton. That's hard hit on the ground, fouled. Yankees are going to need at least 6 runs if they want to stay in this business, but it's looking very, very très mal for the New York Baseball Yankees. As it's full now, 3-2 to Stanton. Here's the pitch from Paul Sewald home, and that's going to be a ball outside. And there'll be a runner on first for Miggy Andujar. Andujar looking for a good hit here. It's a 2-1 count to Andujar with a runner on second. No way here in the bottom of the 7th. As Paul Sewald throws one home, and he swings and misses. It's a 2-2 count now. 90-mile-an-hour fastball. They call that a mid-George H.W. Bush fastball. Branch knows what I'm talking about. That's a ball outside and low. Luke Voit awaits on deck with a runner on first. And no way here in the bottom of the 7th as that's hard hit and will be not handled there by the left fielder. And they're going to chase it till tomorrow, and there's going to be a runner on third and second here for the New York Yankees as maybe some offense is going to get going now. And in steps the first baseman Luke Voit with no outs and runners at second and third. 2 runners in scoring position is now a 1-2 count for Paul Sewald home in the bottom of the 7th in a 7-1 Mets ball game. And here comes the pitch home from Sewald. He throws it on, and he swings and he misses, and that'll be a strikeout. Here comes Gary Sanchez. Mr. Met can't move his PCI fast enough to make a difference for the New York Baseball Yankees. It's a 1-1 count now to Gary Sanchez. That's a ball low and away. It'll be a 2-1 count as that was an 82-mile-an-hour breaking pitch into the dirt. And here's the pitch to Paul Sewald to Wilson Ramos, the catcher, the backstop, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Brett Guardiardi in his bald head waits on deck for the New York Yankees. And here's a 3-1 count. As he pitches it home, he swings and misses. It'll be a 3-2 count now with one away here in the bottom of the 7th. As he would hate to really strand these runners in scoring position, as that's going to be hard hit on the ground. Runner will score, but they'll throw into first for the second out of the inning. It is a 7-2 Mets ball game now as the runner does score. Runner from second does not advance. They'll have a runner on second with 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th in a 7-2 ball game. Here is the 1-1 count now home from Paul Sewald. Let's see how he does. He sets and stride and pitch. And that's hard hit on the ground. That'll advance the runner to third. And he's going to run home. And will the throw be good? The throw is good. And he is safe. Runner advances, and the runner's going to go to second. So it's a 7-3 ball game with 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. The Yankees are not going down without a fight, ladies and gentlemen. Here is the pitch, and it's a 2-1 count, as that's going to be looped into left field, and here comes the runner coming home, and he will score. It's a 7-4 Mets ball game as the Yankees bats are really cranking with 2 outs. In comes Dylan DeChances to face his former ball club. He said there's no beef, but I found a cattle in the back of his truck. So we'll see how it goes. In steps Gleyber Torres with a 1-2 count and a runner on first base with 2 away. Here in a 3-run ball game all of a sudden. Here's the pitch home from Dylan DeChances as he strikes him out. And that'll end 7 innings here in the Bronx. 7-4 New York Mets. McNeil, Rosario, and Alonso awaiting for you in the top half of the 8th, ladies and gentlemen. Get excited. As in steps Mr. Pudgy, Mr. Tony Gwynn, Mr. Part, Mr. Baseball, Mr. Something. Here comes Jeff McNeil. It's a 2-1 count now home. And here's the pitch from Chad Green. As he swings and he misses. It's a 2-2 count now. Jeff McNeil looking to make a difference, looking to get on base anyway, so how, and they can get some insurance run. We're within a 3-run ball game here in the top of the 8th with no away. A reminder to check in with our sponsor. What's our sponsor, Mr. Branch? Because he strikes him out.
How old is he? Is he like 60?
You heard it right there, folks. Brendan Mann says Oral Hershiser's got a massive fucking dick. It's a 2-1 count now to Ahmed Rosario, the terrorist. With one away here in the top of the 8th, as that's hit on the ground to the shortstop, and Gleyber Torres, I almost said Gleyber Sanchez, handles it. Gleyber Torres handles it, throws on to first to Luke Voigt for the second out of the top of the 8th. In comes the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Alright, I'll check in with you in the 9th. And here is Pete Alonso here in a 7-4 ball game as the Mets first baseman swings and misses on a ball outside of the zone. 97 miles an hour rather. It's a 1-2 count now to Peter Alonso here in the top of the 8th. And let's see how the pitch home looks, and it's hard hit. Jam sandwich a bit, and he swings it away foul. It's a 1-2 count. We'll do it all over again, folks. And the top of the 8th here in a 7-4 Mets ball game. Here's the pitch of Peter Alonso as that's hard hit. And that is way back at the wall, and the center field is chasing back, and that is gone! Pete Alonso has done it again! Hard hit to deep left center field. Exit velo of 100.4 miles an hour. A projected home run distance of 413 feet. As in steps the second baseman, Robbie Cano. He's off the needle. He's on the needle. He's on your mom's asshole. 2-2 count now to Robbie Cano as that's a jam sandwich that he swings and misses. And we'll go to the bottom of the 8th, folks. DJ LeMahieu, Aaron Judge, Giancarlo Stanton coming up to bat for the New York Baseball Yankees. They need at least 4 runs in these next 2 innings, folks, or they're going to lose this series, and they're going to go home very, very sad. Darius Familia and Justin Wilson warming up the pen, but Dylan Betances is going to pick up work here in the bottom of the 8th. 3-batter rule does not permit him, or does not mean he needs to exit the game, or has to stay in the game, rather, if he finishes the inning, which he did last inning, even after 1 batter. So here's a 1-2 count now to DJ LeMahieu, as I just completely fucked the English language and mispronounced every word in a span of about 10 seconds. I really need some water, folks. Here is the pitch home from Dylan Betances to DJ LeMahieu. It's a 2-2 count now. DJ LeMahieu, the former Colorado Rocky, takes the ball up high. It's a 3-2 count with Aaron Judge waiting on deck in an 8-4 New York Met ball game here in the bottom of the 8th. No runners on and no outs here. Here's the pitch from Dylan Betances as he swings and he misses. And that'll be the first out of the inning as in steps big Aaron Judge. He had a single in the 6th inning. And he's looking to do it all over again and maybe get a big base knock here in the bottom of the 8th with a 1 out and a 1-2 count. Here is the pitch to Aaron Judge. Swings, and that's hit on the ground to the second baseman, Robbie Cano. Handled and thrown onto the polar bear, Pete Alonso, for the 2nd out in the bottom of the 8th. Wherever the closer would be, if they don't get another run, it would not be a safe situation. But, you know, here's the pitch. Here's the pitch home from Dylan Betances. It's a 2-1 count now as he takes the ball low and away. Giancarlo Stanton, also known as Mike Stanton if you want to be really disrespectful with it, swings and misses at the ball up and outside. It's a 2-2 count now. In the bottom of the 8th, 2-away. Dylan Betances, former New York Yankee, and that is hard hit and not handled by anybody as it's going to get into left field for a single and a base knock. And, oh, he's going to second, and he's nailed! You wonder what kind of retarded third base coach or first base coach told that guy to go. As the Yankees, you know, they can't hold base runners. As enters Zach Britton to pitch for the New York Yankees. Britton, in 2016, was a Cy Young candidate. He didn't win it because, you know, why give relievers any love? 3-1 count now to the batter Michael Conforto with Jed Lowry awaiting on deck. Here is the 3-1 pitch as he takes it low and inside. And he'll be aboard for his good buddy and frequent train running accompanier, Jed Lowry. Yes, that means they ran a gangbang on a woman. 2-1 count now to Jed Lowry. As the pitch home here, as that swung on and missed, the runner's going to advance to second, and he is safe. So call it a stolen base from Mikey Conforto here in the top of the 9th, As here's the pitch home from Zach Britton, former Cy Young candidate, and that is in the dirt. It'll be a 3-2 count. Runner will not advance. Scurried and handled behind the plate by Gary Sanchez. Just Dingers J.D. Davis awaits on deck here in the top of the ninth in an 8-4 Mets ball game. Here's the pitch home as that's fouled away. And we'll do it all over again here. Michael Conforto looking to get the bag out third base. Will he go? He will not go, as he is strikeout looking here for the first out of the inning. J.D. Davis has 3 singles on the game and a run scored. 2-1 count now to J.D. Davis. Here is the pitch home, as that's hard hit on the ground, and that'll kick foul. I found some water, and I'm going to put it inside my mouth. Oh, that's refreshing. 2-2 count now to J.D. Davis as he swings and misses. Wow, I feel like I go for another 20 innings, folks. So we're at the 9th inning, and this game is not looking good for the New York Baseball Yankees. Wilson Ramos stands in for his ball club, and here's the pitch. It's a 1-2 count now, as it's right over the pipe of the plate for the strike. It's a 1-2 count now with a runner on second. Here in the top of the 9th, as that's hard hit on the ground to Luke Voigt. Not handled too well, but he'll scurry to first, and we will go to the bottom of the 9th. Let's check in with our sponsor, Branch Mance. How you doing, man?
Standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen. And that'll bring up Miguel Andujar. He'll lead it off against Jerry's Familia, who'll try to close the door in this one.
Thank you, thank you. You hear that from our sponsor, The Clan. We like The Clan here in New York City, as that's a ball taken low and away. Here is the pitcher, Jerry Familia, in a 2-1 count now in the bottom of the 9th, looking to finish out the ball game. As that's a ball low, it'll be a 3-1 count now. And here's the pitch now. Luke Voigt is lurking on deck for us, folks. Jerry Familia, as he swings and doesn't actually check the swing. It'll be a 3-2 count now, as that ball was in the strike zone. And here's the 3-2 pitch from Jerry Familia home in the bottom of the 9th in an 8-4 ball game. Pitch home, as that's hit on the ground. Not handled by the pitcher, but handled by Robbie Cano and thrown on to first right quick, a little high. But Pete Alonso handles it for the first out of the bottom of the 9th. And in steps Luke Voigt. Brad Brock and Justin Wilson kicking the Mets pen, but it may not matter, as it's a 1-2 count now here to Luke Voigt. Ramos gives his guy the sign, and Familia will deal home, as that's a way out of the zone slider. Did not really handle that release too well, folks. He might need to take a little bit of a simulated game training. As here's the 2-2 count. It's a jam sandwich, but it's going to be caught out there by Robbie Cano for the second out here in the bottom of the 9th. As Gary Sanchez represents the last hope and dreams for Yankees fans here in this Subway Series. The Mets get a win here, they win the series, and we will just play a pointless Game 3 some other time for the bet, as he is looking to end the game. Gary Sanchez, Mr. Strikeout, strikes out looking, and the New York Mets are going to take Game 2 here in the Bronx. Ahmed Rosario and Robbie Cano shake on it, because they both love the Clan. And that's the final here in New York City. What a game, folks. As Noah Syndergaard gets himself the win, allowing 1 earned run in 6 innings, only gave up 3 hits. He struck out 5. Luis Severino gave up 7 hits and 5 earned runs in 4 innings pitched. He will get tagged with the loss. Pete Alonso is your Met of the game. He had 2 home runs and 4 at-bats, 2 RBIs total. Pardon me, folks. It has been a great game, and I am signing off. Branch Manch, my co-sponsor, my co-guy, my co-man in the booth. Do you have anything to say to the fans at home? Go Clan. You heard it here, folks. Mets take Game 2, 8-4. We will see you when we see you for Game 3. Good luck. God bless. Go Clan.